My name is Josh. 21. I know this video was shot a little while ago, but I figured I'd do a response anyway. Uh, so, I figured I'll start with what I got first. I got my earlobes, had them pierced in San Francisco, Blood Drops, I believe, is the name of the place in San Francisco, California. I had those done 7 years ago, I think. 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. I've had them stretched up to an inch, and I'm retiring them. I can't remember the name of the artist, but yeah, I've been stretching them for a while, and just a couple months ago I took them out. It's not really visible, but there is a second set of lobe piercings done on either side before I started stretching them up. Those were done in Kernersville by a guy named Joe Gasly. He's a real awesome dude. He's done a lot of my work for me. I've got my tongue pierced at a 14 and stretched all up to, I think it's at a 6 right now. I got that done a couple of years ago. I can't remember. I think it was for my 18th birthday, so about 3 years ago. That was done by Nate Potts in Winston-Salem at Liberty Tattoo. He actually trained Joe, so it was cool to have him do it. I've got septum piercing, stretched up to a 2 gauge. That was done by Joe Gasly in Kernersville, and stretched pretty much by myself. I did most of that with a little bit of help from different people. I've got my conchas, both conchas pierced. They were pierced initially at a 14 gauge by Joe in Kernersville, and it was actually kind of cool that day. Nate showed up at the shop before I even knew who Nate was. I had no idea who he was, but he came in and looked at them after they were done, and told Joe, he was like, "You did a good job. You lined them up perfectly." That was done 5 years ago, I think, something like that. It was real awesome. He was the first person I'd ever seen with them done, so I figured it was something different and something that I don't really see a whole lot of, especially around this area in North Carolina. There's just not a lot of it. But I stretched them up to a 2 gauge mostly by myself, and then 2 years ago I had Nate punch them to a 0 for me. I didn't feel like doing that stretch from 2 gauge to 0 gauge. It just didn't seem like fun. So that's pretty much. I've had a surface eyebrow bar done by Nate in Winston, and he did an awesome job on it. But for some reason, after I got it done, I seemed to always get hit in the face right there. So I figured that just wasn't worth it. So I took it out. It wasn't healing right. Kept getting hit. So it was enough of that. On the tattoos. Let me here. So I've got a wolf with branches, all custom done for me by a guy named Doug Hatter, something like that, in Winston at Liberty Tattoo. He custom drew all the branches for me after I found the wolf head, and we went in and did the blue work a little bit later. I've got a scarification. It's either Aztec or Mayan. I can't remember exactly, but that was done by Brian Wood in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Awesome guy. I go to him for all my work now. And I've got Borneo Rose done rotary style by Brian Wood. He's in Asheboro now. Like I said, he's awesome. He does everything for me. And I've got my negative Borneo Rose done by Brian Wood. This one was also done rotary style, but we also did hand poking on some of it. So it was amazing to have him work on me like that. I've got a lot more stuff planned. Unfortunately, I'm covering up my wolf. I want to black out my leg and do some scarification, get some really cool negative effects out of it. So, work on sleeving my other leg and doing some really cool coloring and biomechanical pieces, I think, on my arms is what I'm going to go with. FX Roy in Canada, he's really an inspiration for what to do with my arms. Not going to steal his idea, just really, that's when I see something in my head, that's really what I see. So this video's getting kind of long here, so I thought I'd just show my mods and so you guys are awesome for doing everything you do, and just keep chugging along, keep putting it out there. Thank you.